What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to talk a bit more about Starter Deck 13. We're in that wonderful stage where these cards for the starter decks are being revealed as we go, and sure, I'd love to sit down all at once and show you every single card. Well, I could do that, but we'd have to wait a while, and that doesn't sound as much fun. So we've got some more cards in Starter Deck 13 to have a look at today. Remember, that is the amazing RagnaLoardmon starter deck that is really starting to look ridiculous. Like, we've seen RagnaLoardmon, we've seen the 2 level 6s. It is looking like it might be a legitimate deck, despite being a starter deck, which is weird. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the deck list will be perfect. I know we'll have to change a few things, but I'm saying that as an archetype, as a base, as a skeleton, call it what you will, this is looking redonk. But we need some level 4s to go with that deck, and we've got a couple today, starting off with Zubamon. Shout out to the lovely folks over at Ensan Gaming and the lovely folks at DigimonCard.dev who have provided our translations. So what we got from Zubamon here is a level 4, 5 cost to play normally, 2 cost to Digivolve, 4,000 power. And although it is only a red Digimon, it is a mono red Digimon, it can Digivolve from either red or black, which is perfect because the Zubamon deck is the RagnaLoardmon deck. And RagnaLoardmon is a dual type red and black Digimon, and the starter deck as a whole is a dual type red and black deck. So even though it cannot evolve into anything else, it can evolve from black and red, and then you have to go red from there, except actually most of the rest of the deck also, in fact all of it I think so far, can evolve from either colour. It just means that your deck is going to be a bit more consistent. You don't have to guarantee that you've got one, because remember, your DNA Digivolving your RagnaLoardmon from a red level 6 and a black level 6 for 0 memory. So you need to get your black level 6 and your red level 6. And being able to Digivolve as you like between the colours is a huge bonus. When you play Zubamon, you can place this Digimon under one of your other Digimon with Legend Arms in its traits, or one of your black Digimon as its bottom Digivolution card, to delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 power or less. So you could Digivolve a level 3 into it, which would be fine, or you can just place it under a Legend Arms or black Digimon to delete a 5,000 power or less Digimon, which is kind of cool. Incidentally, Zubamon, you can also place it under one of your Digimon. Now, that one lets you look at the top card of your deck, and if it's a Legend Arms Digimon or it's got a play cost of 7 or less, you can play it for free. I do like Zubamon more, but both Zubamon and Zubamon can just be placed underneath as extra evolution sources, which can be a pretty big deal. Because remember, when you get up to RagnaLoardmon, when you Digivolve into it, for every 4 Digivolution sources you have, you delete a Digimon with a play cost of 20 or less, which is basically any Digimon, and trash the top card of your opponent's security. So basically, yeah, more evolution sources is good, and now we got Digimon that let you essentially give yourself extra evolution sources, but then have really good skills while you're giving yourself those extra evolution sources. This is a very nice thing indeed. You've then got an inheritable skill when you are attacking. If you have a Digimon with Legend Arms in its traits, or a black Digimon in play, and let's face it, that's a very low bar between them, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 power or less. So you're basically talking about level 3s and some super weak level 4s. But you know what? Yeah. Like, I'm not sitting here and arguing this is an amazing, perfect skill and it's the best skill ever. It's not. And I'm not arguing that. But I absolutely am telling you that you're getting rid of an extra Digimon. So either you play it under one of your Digimon to get rid of a Digimon, or you evolve into it and attack, and then delete a Digimon. Although, of course, what you can do is both of this in the same turn. So you place it under a Legend Arm or Black Digimon, and delete a Digimon, and then you attack, and activate the inheritable skill, and delete another Digimon. Essentially, Zubamon on its own basically lets you delete 2 weak Digimon as you go. And I cannot be the only person that thinks this is good. I love that I can give myself extra inheritable skills. I love that I can get rid of potentially 2 weak Digimon the turn I play it. This is just all around pretty good. It fits the theme of the deck, it can Digivolve from red or black, you've got 2 nice skills, and you can give extra inheritable sources super quickly. I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen. This is what this deck wants to do. But hey, we've looked at a red level 4, surely we should even it up by looking at a black level 4, and we should. It is TiaLudomon. 5 cost to play normally, 2 cost to Digivolve, 4,000 power. Exactly the same as we just saw on Zubamon here. And worth pointing out, can also Digivolve from black or red, despite just being a black Digimon. And again, this is exactly, like we said earlier, it's exactly what we're looking for in this deck. When you play, you may put this Digimon to the bottom of one of your other Digimon with the Legend Arms traits, or one of your red Digimon's evolution sources, so the same as Zubamon, but it's red, not black, the opposite colour. And if you do, until the end of your opponent's next turn, one of your Digimon gains Reboot. Reboot, of course, being that skill that says you unsuspend on your opponent's unsuspend phase. So if you're a blocker, you can attack, and then you unsuspend on your opponent's turn, and then you can block, and then you unsuspend on your turn and can attack, which is awesome. Or just normally, remember the rule in Digimon, you can attack suspended Digimon, but you have to leave unsuspended Digimon alone. So you attack, you get suspended, you've got Reboot, you unsuspend, and now all of a sudden, your opponent is not able to attack you, whereas before they were able to attack you. Sounds good, right? The answer is yes, incidentally, it very much does sound good. So this is cool, and once again, we're building up evolution sources. And I love this because you've got the option. There are going to be games where you have to use this as a proper level 4 and you have to Digivolve up through it. But there are going to be other games where you've just got this in your hand as an extra level 4. And anytime you've got it in your hand as an extra level 4, what you essentially got is access to a new inheritable skill, but you get it right now because you don't have to evolve up and wait a turn or any of that. It's all right there. Attacking skills, you can't attack the turn you play it, but if you're just putting it down as an extra evolution source on a Digimon that can already attack, you can use it right now. When you put it under, you get a cool skill. In this case, you gain Reboot. And of course, if you can get this done before you end up as RagnaLoardmon, then that's one more evolution source to count towards a skill. And I said generally you're expecting a skill to fire twice. RagnaLoardmon's skill firing twice means 2 Digimon deleted, 2 security cards trashed. And that seems sensible. That's 8 evolution sources, but bearing in mind you are DNA Digivolving from a black level 6 and a red level 6, so each of those you got the level 6, level 5, level 4, level 3, so that adds up to 8. And sure, they might each have a level 2, but that still puts you at 10. 10 isn't 12, it doesn't work. But now, let's say each of them has a level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6, that's 5. If you lose 2 of these skills, then that puts you up to 12, 6 on each, and actually, yeah, at that stage, you genuinely can get RagnaLoardmon's skill to fire a third time. You are not getting free uses of that skill at once, unless you use some of these other skills to put cards under. But we've already seen a red level 3 and a red level 4 where this will work, and we've already seen a black level 4 where this will work. Interestingly, we've not seen a black level 3 that will do this. We have actually seen a black level 3, but it's a vanilla Kotamon, so it's not working. I'm personally hoping there is a black level 3 that will do this, and I kind of think there will be, honestly. We'll find out in due course. My point is that this is a very nice skill, and we have an inheritable skill as well. And what the inheritable skill says is, on your opponent's turn, if this Digimon is a Legend Arms trait or red Digimon, you gain Blocker. Cool. Remember how with the first skill I told you that if you had the combination of Reboot and Blocker it was awesome? Yeah, so play it under a Digimon, give that Digimon Reboot, but then because you played it under, you'll also give that Digimon Blocker, and then that Digimon has both Blocker and Reboot. And of course, if you end up with RagnaLoardmon, then what you've essentially got here is this gigantic level 7, 15,000 power, where you can attack, and then you Reboot on your opponent's turn, and then you got a 15,000 power Blocker, which will then unsuspend on your turn. if you haven't won the game when RagnaLoardmon comes out, which honestly a lot of the time you may well do. My point is, yes. That's where I'm going with this. Yes. I adore this. I think this whole Starter Deck 13, this whole RagnaLoardmon deck is building up to be a very, very good deck. And everything we see here is just backing that up. Everything we see coming out is just telling us that this is a genuinely, legitimately good deck. And what we've got here is just more cards that are backing this up really rather nicely. I've been telling you guys to get excited about this for a little while. Nothing has changed. This seems like a very exciting starter deck. I'm excited to see more cards now. But I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.